Welcome to this YouTube channel Learn Quick. I am Sharif here to explain you a problem on cycloidal curves. So let's read the question. Draw a cycloid generated by a point P on the circumference of a circle of diameter 40 mm. When the circle rolls clockwise along a straight line for one complete revolution. So let's assume we have a straight line and then we have a rolling circle here. Okay, so when this circle rolls over the straight line for one complete revolution, so it's going to travel for the distance equal to the circumference of the circle. Okay, so in case if it is going to take two complete revolution, it is going to take twice the distance of its circumference of the circle. Okay, so now assume a point on this rolling circle. So assume we have a point on the rolling circle and then we are going to trace the point. Okay, so when this circle makes one complete revolution on the straight line, so the path traced by the point is going to be your cycloidal curve. Okay, so that is what we are going to draw today in this video. So to start with, let's make a straight line. Okay, so make a straight line, so on which the circle is going to roll over. Okay, so and then make the diameter of the circle. So the diameter is given as 40. Okay, so the radius is 20. So and here we are going to make the circle rolling circle. So take the radius as 20 and then create the circle. Okay, so now I need to find the distance. Okay, the circumference of circle, so which says the traveling distance of this circle when it rolls. Okay, so to calculate that, circumference of the rolling circle is given by pi d or 2 pi r. Okay, so the diameter of the circle is given as 40 mm. So pi into 40 mm gives 125.66 mm. 125.66 mm. Okay, so actually we are going to divide this circle into 12 equal parts. Okay, so we are going to create 12 arbitrary points to create this cycloidal curve. So if I divide this into 12 equal parts, so I get 10.47 mm. Okay, so each arbitrary point lies at 10.47 mm. Okay, so let's start doing it. So now I have to divide this circle into 12 parts. So for that I will get me help of protractor. So if it is 12 parts, I have to take at 30 degree each. 90, 120, 150 and then 180. Okay, so let's create the arbitrary points in the circle. Okay, so similarly I have to create 12 arbitrary points. So in the line, so first I have to measure the calculated 125.66 mm for one complete revolution. 125.66 mm for one complete revolution, and then I have to divide this into 12 equal parts. If you ask how to divide this line into 12 equal parts, you can use geometric division method, which has been explained in our previous video lecture, diagonal scales. You can refer the video in the description. So if you don't have a proper setup like engineering drafter to make the geometric division, okay, so you can make some simple calculation to minimize the error in the division of the line. So 125.66. First I am going to divide it into two equal parts at 62.83. 62.83 I have divided into 2. So and then I'm further going to divide it into 2, that is your 31.4. Again 31.4. Okay, so now I'm going to place 10.5. So if you do this by engineering drafter using geometry division method, it will be very easy and accurate. Okay, so now we're going to make a rectangle here. So this diameter is 40 here, so I take the same 40 here also. Okay, so before we proceed, let's name all the arbitrary points. Okay, so we're going to start the arbitrary point 1 here, and then we're going to go anti-clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Okay, so our starting point is here. So we consider this point as capital P. Okay, so and these arbitrary point which we have divided, so we will name it as 1. So the point 1 in the circle meets the 1 when it takes the revolution. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when this circle makes half revolution, the point 6 will be here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one 12. Okay, so now it's time to create the locus of all the arbitrary points. So already we have created locus for 12 and then 6. So let's create locus for remaining points. So now I'm creating locus for 7 and 5. So creating locus for 4 and 8. Creating locus for 3 and 9. Creating locus for 2 and 10. Creating locus for 1 and 11. Okay, so now in all these arbitrary points we are going to draw vertical lines. Okay, from 1 make a vertical line to the center. Okay, so we will name the center as C. So from 2 make a vertical line to the center locus. Similarly for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so now these points will become C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, and then C12. Now with the help of your compass, so take the radius of the rolling circle and then keep the compass in C1. Focus the compass in C1 and cut the locus of 1. So it cuts here. So similarly, so from C2 cut the locus of 2. So from C3 cut the locus of 3. From C4 cut the locus of 4. So from C5 cut the locus of 5. From C6 cut the locus of 6 which meets the line exactly. So from C7 cut the locus of 7. So from C8 cut the locus of 8. From C9 cut the locus of 9. So from C10 cut the locus of 10. From C11 cut the locus of 11. So and then when you mark from C12 it will meet exactly in 12. Okay, so now we name all the points, like this is your P1 and this will be your P2, and this point is your P3, P4, P5, here P6, here P7, P8, P9, P10, here P11, and then finally P12. So now it's time to draw the cycloidal curve with the help of your HB pencil. So start from point P and then join each points in freehand. P4, P5, P6, and then we are moving for P6 to P12. So this is the cycloidal curve, or the point traced by the point P when this circle makes one complete revolution in clockwise direction. So now let's draw the tangent or normal. So we can take any point in the curve. So take any point in the curve and mark it as M. So we consider this point as M here. So now with the help of your compass, again take the radius of the circle. So from this point M, cut the center of locus of center. Okay, so and mark this point as C dash. Okay, so we join these 2 points and draw a vertical line to the base. So this point we'll name it as N. Okay, M, N. Now we're going to join these 2 points to draw the normal. So the HB pencil. So and then if you draw a 90-degree line at the point M to the normal, perpendicular line to the normal, so we will get the tangent. So this is my tangent, and we name the tangent as T, T, and then normal NN. And now let's dimension this circle. So the diameter is 40 mm, and we also dimension this distance, the circumference of the circle. This is 125.66 mm. So to draw the arrowheads, I am getting help of my engineering template. So this arrowhead is in the ratio of 1:3. Then mark 125.66 mm. So and then here diameter 40. So thank you for watching this video lecture on cycloidal curve. If you like the video, press like button, comment, share, and do not forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.